Hello, everyone, and welcome to the director's commentary for the Time Crunch movie. Uh, this is something that's super, super exciting to me. Uh, I just, first of all, I just want to address the rumors right away that the reason that the official release of the Time Crunch movie is the director's cut version is because the audio was actually messed up on the original version, and I'm just trying to mask that. That's ridiculous. Actually, I just feel like this is the definitive experience for the best way to really enjoy this film. So right now we have Jimmy here meeting a brand new character, the Great Wizard Bunculise. Kind of a bit of a comedic character, as we'll see later, or I guess you probably can't hear. I turned the audio down really low. But later it becomes a bit of a running gag that Jimmy always calls Bunculise by the wrong name. It's you'll have to take my word for it that it's really funny. Anyway, at this point, this is kind of starting off really just diving straight into the conflict here. Jimmy has come across Bunculise's floating castle, and Bunculise realizes that Jimmy has the time cruncher. Now, obviously, that's really bad, and I kind of wanted to, communicate just the raw power of Bunculise, and so that's why you'll notice Jimmy has an evil red glowing aura around him. That actually is caused by Bunculise. That was a creative decision that I made to really just, show that he's magic. Funny he's falling. Now this intro music is really good, and little known fact is that the intro actually doesn't get factored into the total time for each, time crunch season. This one, we kind of passed it off to one of our interns, so that's why it may not look quite as high quality as you're used to, but, we only had 2 hours to make this. The intro wasn't included in those 2 hours. Since this was the movie, we did have quite a substantial budget, so two full hours. Now, having been flung bodily from the castle and somehow surviving, we see that Jimmy now is encountered this egg in the forest. This is a really key plot moment. I felt like Jimmy, part of what makes him so important is the bond that he forms with other characters. That's his true strength, his empathy, his charisma, his round. He's very well rounded in a literal sense, but so now here he's met this magical creature, and for the first time in this creature's life, and that's not saying much, but it has a brand new friend, and so that's how Jimmy bonds with what is. Well, I won't spoil it for you. Here, this is the interrogation scene. We kind of had some of this in the end of season 2, but I felt it was important to provide some context for new viewers who may be jumping in at this point, and also provide some brand new revelations about what the captain's been up to this whole time. So, the captain, is planning, while the time cruncher has been stolen, he's developed a second prototype, something that can replicate the time cruncher's power. And he's expecting a rescue attempt from, Jimmy and the other allies here. So he's created the time crunchifier. There's a really funny line here. Can't you read? The dinosaur asking, "What is this? Can't you read?" It's funny because it's written in really big text. But anyway, the problem with the time crunchifier is that the time cruncher is sucking up all of the time all of the time energy available. So the time crunchifier cannot run on time energy because that's all, been sucked up by the time cruncher. So the devious solution, and this really just shows how far the captain is willing to go, is that the time crunchifier runs on life force. And as the dinosaur here rightfully points out, it will require a lot of life force because, lives obviously equal to way less than, time energy. So the captain's plan is to, the T-Rex of Wisdom here is bait, essentially. The captain's going to bait them there and then drain them all of life force. Here we see Jimmy and Helicopter Blade, which is the name of this dragon. It's Helicopter Blade. They are confronting Bunculus, trying to regain the time cruncher. This is sort of their first mission together, and it really shows that the two of them, they have some natural synergy, but obviously there's still some kinks to work out. They're still inexperienced. They're very new at this, and I kind of tried to represent that with the evil red glow again around Jimmy. But the big reveal in this scene actually is that Helicopter Blade is not just any dragon, but a time dragon, as evident by the clock that appears on its forehead. That's pretty normal for time dragons. So Helicopter Blade uses his time powers to help Jimmy escape, basically. But Bunculus still has the time cruncher, and so he can find them. So this isn't the last we'll see of this incredible new character. Now to check in again on a couple characters we haven't seen in a while. Dwayne Ewok Johnson and Mariah Bell Fitzgerald. Even it seems like hope is lost, but they're hatching a rescue plan. And here, a big intimidating character returning here.
Can't let this happen. Unfortunately for you.
So now they're realizing that the intruders are here, but they're expected.
We're here to save you, sir. There will be no saving. General Murder Toes.
This is the time where this character's name actually hasn't been revealed, which has made him actually more ominous. But this is General Murder Toes. I feel like this name was chosen very intentionally. I wanted to really make just something super, super threatening. Even the toes of this rat in a diaper are murderous. But now, big plot twist, okay? Jimmy and, it's probably expected for you, but Jimmy and Helicopter Blade show up.
Dude, I love your cereal.
And now Jimmy actually, at this point, he does not know that it's the captain behind all of this. So it's you've heard the phrase "never meet your heroes." Jimmy, big fan of the Captain Crunch cereal, but obviously the evil part puts quite a damper on this meeting. The captain actually was really hoping for the time cruncher to be here, and is quite disappointed. That everyone's here, but he still can't get the thing he wants, the time cruncher. Because it's really quite expensive. Also because it's very expensive to run the time crunchifier every time you want to crunch, So Helicopter Blade really putting in some work here, challenges General Murder Toes, and really saves the day here.
Good job, Helicopter Blade.
Or so it seems. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. God, the director commentary really shouldn't be spoiling things, but yeah, sorry. I mean, you can see we're not to the end of the video yet, so you know there's something's gonna happen. I guess it's not that bad.
We're busting out of here.
But yeah,
Out of here,
they seem like they're about to escape, but then someone else shows up. Here he is, Bunkulise.
Chuck E. Cheese, how did you get here?
Chuck E. Cheese, how did you get? See, that's the bit that I said earlier about how, yeah, they're the wrong name. It'd be probably really funny if you could hear it. Anyway, so now revealing the time cruncher, that was kind of a big blunder on Bunkulise's part. Captain Crunch, famous, or infamous rather, for his grabby hands. So he, grabs the time cruncher, makes a rapid getaway, and then orders for the time crunchifier to drain the life force of everyone in here, including General Murder Toes. And this is where a really interesting dynamic forms, because, having been betrayed, General Murder Toes very, very quickly abandons his allegiance to the captain, and now actually joins the heroes on their team, which, I'm sure, watching season 2, you never would have thought that would be a team, a combo. But yeah, that's, just the kind of really cool situations I try to create here. So obviously, extremely tense situation. They're all about to have their life force drained. But luckily, Mariah Bell Fitzgerald able to, laser them out of there, get to the Galactic, and they reform to try and create a plan. Morale is low at this point. Even General Murder Toes, they're the newest member of the team, does not have much of an optimistic outlook. He's got the most, vengeance. I mean, I guess that's really not true at all. He's got the objectively least vengeance, least fuel for vengeance, except maybe Helicopter Blade or something. But yeah, they're all really sad, as you could see by the rotation.
Followed by jump.
And then there's a really funny bit there where Bunkulise comes up with a plan, and he just, says out loud, indistinct whispering, followed by jump. And then that's what happened, as you could see. That's, yeah, that was a good bit that I came up with there. So he's about to use the time cruncher, the captain. He's about to get away now that he's gotten it, but it doesn't work because. And here's a cool new power that is revealed. Helicopter Blade has put a time lock. Actually, if you go back there and pause, you can see there's a lock around the clock on his head. That's a little bit of visual symbolism I snuck in there. Really subtle. I learned that in film class. So this is the army of mecha burritos that normally is terrifying to anyone who would dare oppose the captain. But between the surprise attack of General Murder Toes, the evil glow of Bunkulise and the lasers of Mariah Bell, and just the extremely threatening presence of Dwayne Ewok Johnson, the Mecha Burrito Army stands no chance. And now here is probably the most epic confrontation in the entire episode, is the captain and the T-Rex of Wisdom. They exchange some blows. It's really tense back and forth. We actually most of the 2 hours was spent choreographing this fight scene.
Like it's the end of the line
T-Rex,
you,
to his credit, really
be so
just a
sure
natural.
about
Picked
that.
it up super fast. Has never done any sort of hand-to-hand combat before. But then, yeah, this scene
Done, me boy.
moves me to tears every time. It's just such a
I'm sorry, I just
the betrayal.
don't know
Terry,
what you do to me.
it's such a shock, even to me.
Obey. Terry,
It's so sad.
so it was you.
I mean, like, he's died before, right? But
I know what you've done. Letting him win.
not again.
I'm sorry.
Not again. Not like this.
Well, looks like I won.
So,
Jimmy,
T-Rex is defeated. You know, he should have won. Let me make that very clear. He got the upper hand there in that combat versus the captain, but Terry's betrayal, his fear of the captain drove him to betray his old companion, the T-Rex of wisdom.
now, so that there's a chance you might be able to stop him in the
Uh,
future.
You know, Jimmy and Helicopter Blade, they want to rescue the T-Rex of wisdom,
Blade, get us out of here.
but he tells them to just leave him behind, because the Mecha Burrito army, you know, they have replicating powers, and so Jimmy, you know, under pressure, finally agrees and leaves him behind.
They be not detected because
Uh,
I've won.
And there's that
Let.
the chilling line, you know, the Mecha Burrito, intruders not detected, and the captain says, "They be not detected because I won." And yeah, that's it. That's leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger there, but that's really setting us up nicely for Time Crunch Season 3. Now, I don't want to get into any spoilers of, you know, what happens next in the director's commentary, but I actually have no clue. I write this stuff right at, you know, as I'm making it, so I couldn't spoil it if I wanted to, and I really do want to. I would love to make everyone really angry by spoiling the whole plot, but I just haven't thought of it yet. So if you have any plot ideas, you can leave it in the comments, and if it isn't completely terrible, it will become the actual plot, and then you will be able to claim the honor of having spoiled it for everyone. But, you know, until then, thanks for watching the director's commentary cut of the Time Crunch movie. I hope you enjoyed. I clearly poured my heart and soul into this one. And I hope you really enjoyed the definitive Time Crunch movie experience. There's really no other way to watch it, I thought. So I made sure there literally is zero other way to watch it. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.